Hey, do you remember a few years ago we met at the Melbourne Film Festival?
Yes.
And we kind of got to talking, and I took your number.
Oh, yes.
But I never rang you.
That's true.
Well, I'd finally like to ask you out on a date of sorts.
Sure, go ahead.
I'd like you to come to Europe with me. Yeah. Now you're probably wondering why I've asked you here to the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Jewish community has used the Holocaust to brainwash me into fearing intimacy with non-Jewish girls. And so I want to break free of that fear. So I've asked you here to the Netherlands because I want to make out with you in Anne Frank's attic.
Why?
I think Anne Frank's attic both represents, you know, the Holocaust, so, you know, my fear. It also, like, represents the kind of space I'd usually get busy with a girl in. And
you
sort of,
get busy in small spaces,
yes.
not open spaces.
No.
Is that to do with your fear?
Yes. You represent the Shiksa goddess.
Goddess?
The Shiksa goddess.
What's a shiksa?
Yeah, non-Jewish girl.
Oh, okay.
Because you got, like, blonde hair and stuff.
When you say make out, we just, like, do we count and then kiss? Is it going to be tongue?
Yeah, there'll probably be tongue.
But no touching.
I mean, obviously, like, maybe on the arms or, you know, to
Yeah.
bring you in or whatever. But, you know, there might be incidental touching, but, like, I won't be, like, trying to put my hand up your top or anything like that.
Do I have to?
Yes. You obviously don't have to. But, you know, like, we have come all the way to the Netherlands and stuff.
No pressure.
No. So there'll be, like, 5 minutes of blank space on my doco. Not that I want to make this
You don't want to put pressure on me.
those creepy things where a guy kind of corners you and you just feel obliged or whatever.
Bit too late for that.
Yes.
It's not really going to be very romantic, is it?
No, I can make it romantic. Don't worry about that.
Just there?
So it's off to Anne Frank's attic, where she wrote her famous journal, The Diary of Anne Frank.
Are you all right?
I don't think that was very helpful in my deprogramming efforts. After all, I've had years of brainwashing. Like that high school retreat just before we went to university.
You are all about to enter a very exciting new period in your life.
Instead of their regular black jackets, all the rabbis were wearing jumpers, as if to say, hey, we know what's going down in the real world. We wear jumpers.
Once at university, you may come into contact with cults, such as the Moonies. But there is another temptation. There will be non-Jewish girls. Shiksas.
Not only am I joining a cult, I'm joining a cult so I can meet a shiksa.
Joshua, this isn't a joke. If you marry a non-Jew, you are breaking a chain that goes back all the way to Abraham.
But indoctrination starts before you go to school. In fact, according to The Joy of Uncircumcising, the first programming a Jewish boy receives is when he's snipped.
I was raised in a Jewish home. My mother comes from a religious family. As such, I was circumcised, as were my two brothers. But now, none of us are religious in any way. None of us follow any religious practices at all. I have gone one step further and restored my foreskin, thus breaking all ties with Judaism.
Is this the ultimate deprogramming? I've come to San Francisco to find out more. Wayne?
Hi, welcome to Concord.
How do I get in there?
I'll go around and open the door for you.
Okay, cool. See you in a second. Now, I was interested in de-Jewing myself, so to speak, and I heard about your organisation, the Norm. Can you tell us about that?
The National Organization of Restoring Men, we started in 1990. Tim Hammond, who's the co-founder, he's a massage therapist, and I used to get a monthly massage from him, and he said one day, when he was doing my back, he said, I'm having trouble restoring. Can we start a group? And so Norm was started.
And what happens at these meetings? Like, why do you have to get together?
Mainly just to have information to provide how to do it and what to do. We're absolutely not a sex club or anything like that.
Now, I was reading in the Jewish scriptures, in the Book of Maccabi, that the Jews who wanted to, rebel and just join in with the wider world,
yes,
they forsook the Holy Covenant and submitted themselves to uncircumcision. So this has been going on for a long time?
Yes, it has, right. It really has. The Pondus Judaica, it was the weight that they used to stretch their foreskins.
And how long does it take? Like if you have something like a Pondus Judaica. So what do you like clip it onto the existing skin or something? Or?
The pud that we have here today has a cup in it as such, and it's a stainless steel about 10 ounces in weight, and you put it inside, pull the foreskin over. It took me with my device, which are the 4 balls, about a year and a half to get overhang, and which I have.
So these are the implements of uncircumcising of Pondus Judaica?
Yes. The first ones that came in was my device, which is the 4-ball, Foreball.
So what do you reckon would be recommended for me for my Pondus Judaica?
I don't know what you look like. The question that we asked is, when you're erect, do you have any mobile tissue?
When I'm erect, do I have any mobile?
Can you move the shaft skin at all?
No.
No. Then you're tightly cut.
Oh yeah. No, I got the rabbi 8-day thing. So.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
Some of them cut tight, some of them cut loose. I would suggest that you go then to the manual method of tensioning, which is 10 or 15 minutes a day, twice a day if you can.
So it's basically just pulling.
Yeah, that's all. Just pull out and hold for 10 or 15 minutes. And when you get some loose enough tissue to use a device, then I would suggest that you go with the TLC tugger.
Okay.
Which is available over the internet.
So you just like that?
Up around, there you go. That's it. And you got to pull enough skin over as far as you possibly can.
Oh yeah, that's what you mean. Oh, because I've really been done by the rabbi.
Yes.
So that goes
on here.
Oh yeah.
And then you adjust the tension by.
Oh yes, that works. And then I kind of go like that.
Whichever leg you want, yeah. Or under the knee, whatever.
Yeah, but you just wear it under your pants.
Yeah, this is the other one that's looks like the Pondus Judaica. There that goes. There's the restoration.
So you were circumcised and now?
Yes.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it in. Put that on top. And so that's what that does.
I guess I've got my Pondus Judaica, my
Yes.
circumcision reversal
Yes.
equipment. Thank you very much, Wayne.
You're very welcome. Okay, glad to have had you here. Have a good trip.
As I walked away from Wayne Griffith's place with my Pondus Judaica, I couldn't help but think about what Rabbi Groner had once said.
Do you know who were the last Jews to be put on the trains to Auschwitz? The Jews who had converted to Christianity. They thought they had managed to change, but everyone still saw them as Jews. Anti-Semitism will always get you.
And what about all those other messages you received growing up? Like when I designed the Year 12 wind cheater, Who Framed Roger Rabbi, and my grandma told me off.
John, don't wear that on the tram. People don't like Jews.
Or when George Weinberg told me about the crazy Jew who was forced to tattoo the other Jews at Auschwitz.
Do you know why that guy's crazy? Because that's the guy that had to tattoo numbers on all the other Jews at the camps. No way. Uh-huh.
Or at that Scout Jamboree, when the kids found out I was Jewish.
Hey, John, what's the difference between a pizza and a Jew? Pizza doesn't scream when it gets put in the oven.
Maybe before you know it, you're hardwired, and there's nothing you can do about it. I've been thinking. We're in Togo. Am I going to do voodoo? This is a bit awkward. I need to make out with your mother. Can I make out with your mother? No! I need to make out with your mother.
John would like me to ask you whether he could give you a kiss. No, stop. No, really. No, really.
Sure, you might be happy living some life in London, but look at me in Togo.
Been up a long time.